All right, let's talk about the frozen section and the center aisles of the grocery store. Researchers who work for the frozen food industry have looked into the hearts and minds of supermarket shoppers. Their profound insight: you want hot food on the table no more than 5 minutes after you begin preparing it, and never more than 20. Frozen food companies dream of all kinds of prepared meals to grant this wish. Frozen fruits and veggies, however, are vastly underrated. At best, they are picked at peak ripeness, flash frozen, and more or less ready to eat whenever you want them. You may have to perform some cooking tricks to compensate for the way freezing changes the texture, but in the dead of winter, the frozen fruits and veggies are going to be of higher quality than your fresh ones. By law, the ingredients of packaged foods must be listed in order by weight, the one present in the greatest amount listed first. For frozen fruits and veggies with single ingredients, what you see is what you get, and that's honestly what you want. Whole fruits are a better nutritional bet than juices, and fresh juices are better than frozen. When you see a juice labeled pulp-free, look for another option. The remaining aisles are devoted to foods in boxes, cans, bags, and bottles, along with smaller sections containing such things like condiments, juices, cooking oils, baking supplies, health foods, canned fish, fruit, and veggies. Entire aisles devoted to soda, to snack foods, to cookies and candies, and to cereal. Foods in the center aisles are highly profitable, and why not? They are made with the cheapest ingredients, advertised with the biggest budgets, and manufactured by some of the largest food corporations in the world. These companies pay slotting fees for that center aisle space, but make up for that expense in sales. You contribute to their income of that and that of the store every time you move a product from a shelf to a shopping cart and pay for it at the register. So let's talk about unprocessed, lightly processed, and ultra-processed foods, because the center aisle has all of them. Lightly processed foods use methods like aging, drying, freezing, canning, and cooking, which do change foods, but they cause little loss of nutritional value, if any, and often make the nutrients more bioavailable to the body, which means the body can absorb them better. More extreme processing methods add or subtract components of the food and cause significant changes in nutrient content. Frozen foods can be lightly or significantly processed. Frozen fruits and veggies look much like their fresh counterparts and are more or less nutritionally intact, but others, like frozen meals and pastries, are highly processed and changed nutritionally by far. Ultra-processing does 3 things to foods. It diminishes the nutritional value of basic ingredients, it adds calories from fats and sugars, and disguises the loss of taste and texture with salt, artificial colors, and flavors, and other additives. Canned foods also can be lightly or heavily processed. Their principal additives are sugars and salts. The nutrient composition of a food depends on several factors: how much water it contains. The more water in a food, the more dilute its nutrients. The solubility of nutrients in water. Some of our vitamins and minerals are water soluble. So if you throw out the water, you throw out the nutrients. The extent of processing: the more that's done to a food between harvest and eating, the lower its nutritional content, including heat, light, air, and storage. And what gets added, so like your salts and sugars. Remember that raw carrots may have more nutrients than canned carrots, but canned carrots are still worth eating if you can't get anything better. So think about it that way. If you're like, everything is expensive, because it definitely is. But think about it in a way of, well, this is better than that, and this is better than nothing. You know what I mean? We don't need to go in it so black and white when it comes to nutrition. Some things, yes, are better than others, but based on affordability as well, based on availability in stores, based on all of these other things. Fresh, frozen, canned is kind of the way to go. Fresh, frozen, canned. Obviously, in the wintertime, berries better in the frozen section than they are in the fresh section. It's difficult to find ones that actually taste good, that actually have flavor, and kind of things like that. So also eat seasonally, because those are going to be what produce is cheap. So take a look at all of those seasonal produces as well. If you have any questions about the frozen section, center aisles, feel free to drop a comment below.